GNT show is intended for mature audiences. Parental discussion is advice. Live long and prosper, bitches.
Star Trek, The Final Frontier. These are the voyages of the GNT show. Our continuing mission, to explore Star Trek storytelling, to seek out new worlds and interesting characters, to boldly go where no show has gone before.
Naomi Wildman. I was setting it up. Oh. Welcome to the GNT show, where obviously we have no script.
Yeah, let's just get this puppy started.
As always, the beautiful, the lovely, the high-booted, short-skirted, big-breasted Terry Lynn.
That would be me. Admiral Shaw.
She's badass.
It's Ceridian.
Good morning. It's Sunday on the GNT show.
You know the worst part of this morning? It's not the getting up early. It's the fact they're making me wear clothes to do the show.
It's time for Coffee Clutch.
Strap on your helmets, boys and girls. It's gonna get rough.
Oh, it's gonna be one of those mornings.
Let me put on my seatbelt, my helmet with the little blinky light on top.
For safety.
When we decided we were going to do the GNT show, one of the things we said was no standards. GNT show does not go on the air because we're ready. It goes on the air because it's 9 o'clock on Sunday morning.
Mike could have snapped by then and killed us both. Pain sticks for Mike, evidently.
We have our production meetings on the air.
Well, it's the best way to get you to adhere to things.
Yeah, you've now set an expectation. That's the thing about the GNT show, is we set no expectations.
I need more coffee.
Wow,
I'm trying to figure out wher or not I want to do general news or Star Trek news, and I figured
this is Terry having a series of small strokes, actually.
Well, it doesn't take long for this show to deteriorate, does it?
Straight the fuck downhill.
I don't always podcast, but when I do, I G&T.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the GNT Show, episode 172. I'm Terry Lynn.
And welcome to the GNT Holiday Spectacular with the stars, Willie Ames,
Oh my
Charo, Bertie Coppell,
Can I be churro?
Hal Linden, and special guest, Buddy Hackett.
But what happened to Paul Lind?
He was missing. I've been in like a 70s vibe for like
Apparently
the last 3
so.
days. I don't know why.
That's awesome. Well, hi, good morning, Gettysburg.
Good morning, Joel on True Bitches. Remember the great 70s Christmas specials? Or just specials in general, where they were like, with the stars, and you're like, really? They had like one part on Dallas for 2 minutes, and their F-level star? I think I saw them on Password.
Sorry.
And there he is, wearing his baby New Year diaper, getting ready. Ceridian.
Kapla. It doubles for Valentine's Day.
And hasn't been washed since Valentine's Day.
Hey.
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 How's everyone? Hope you all had a happy holiday.
Oh, time for Coffee Clutch. Yeah, what'd you get?
I got a cold.
Oh,
That's okay. I give it back and pass it around.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Christmas colds suck.
Yeah, well, my family will get theirs come New Year.
Oh. Nick, you're in the northern offices or the northern studio today.
I am in the
not?
northern office, yes.
Sweet. How's the lovely Connecticut?
Well, it's Connecticut. I wouldn't throw the word lovely in there. No, it's good. Christmas was very New Englandy. It was 55 degrees and rainy. So, you know,
God.
I'm dreaming of a muddy Christmas.
Ew.
But
That was nice.
I got a very cool Batman watch.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Right on.
And right now there's a cat sitting on my shoulders.
Hi, T'Challa.
No, this is Bambi.
Oh, hi, Bambi.
Right on.
No, T'Challa's asleep.
My nephews made me cry.
Ooh.
Plucking beard hairs again?
No. I had they had gotten me a Christmas gift, and so I go open it, and it's a Yoda goblet.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. I got a Darth Vader goblet. Okay.
And with it was a Christmas card, and in their 3 and 6-year-old handwriting, they said "best uncle ever."
Oh, and then you know what? That's gonna stick. I'm just saying, It's gonna stick.
It's awesome.
Yeah,
like I said, made me cry.
Aww. I love Klingons. They're so soft on this inside.
And I want to give a big holiday shout out to all the boys over at the Restraining Order Division. Thank you for another wonderful year.
Yeah, you had them working overtime this year.
I really did.
Their Christmas bonuses were nice. They appreciated it. Thank you.
We got
It was the hemlock martinis that went over real well.
Alan and I, we had like the big Christmas combined anniversary. Our anniversary's next week. And so we got ourselves a big 60-inch TV, brand new, shiny, smart TV. It's got Netflix built in, and it's all awesome.
Have you already watched porn on it?
Right on.
No.
No.
Well, no.
I'm saving it for after the show.
I could suggest a few titles. The
I did
collected
get
works
Alan-
of Bonnie Rotten.
I did get Alan to watch the first episode of Sherlock last night.
Interesting.
I got Janice to watch the last 5 episodes of Wolverine and the X-Men, and when it was all done, she was like, that was pretty interesting. I was like, yeah, it was.
Cool. The animated? Is it animated?
Yeah, it's animated.
Yeah,
From
okay, I know what
2009.
you're
It only
talking about.
lasted 1 season. And
Yeah.
what's interesting is that whole season was the Days of Future Past arc, which, of course, last year was, big monster movie. And
Right.
they ended the season on the cliffhanger of Charles Xavier from the future contacting the X-Men of now. And he said, but we have another problem. And at the end, it was everyone cheering Apocalypse, Apocalypse as Apocalypse came out. So I was like, interesting. They've now, the next one is X-Men Apocalypse. So basically they've co-opted what that cartoon was, and that's what they're doing for these films. And
Interesting.
quite frankly, the cartoon was, I don't understand the rating system, because the cartoon was YA7.
Yeah.
And I thought that the storyline was complex. I mean, it was really complex and adult, that I don't understand how it was only YA7.
Oh, because storyline, I mean, as long as
'Cause nobody died?
It's all about the visuals. Yeah, it's all about the visuals and the language. So
okay.
it kicks up as if, they use the George Carlin, then it's like
Yeah.
NC-17. But if it's a cartoon, it doesn't matter how complex it is. As a matter of fact, I think that's awesome. The more complex for the younger mind, the better, which is why we had so many awesome cartoons. And there are some really great ones that are out now.
Oh, yeah.
I'm very, very impressed with some of the cartoons that are out now. And I'm thinking, I'm loving Star Wars Rebels.
I have yet to see that.
It's really actually good.
I'm enjoying it.
Yeah, I'm enjoying it. It's not, there are people who, and rightly so, miss Clone Wars. But I have to say Rebels is well made. Action is fun. But the plot lines, again, this isn't.
Very intricate.
That's
how Wolverine and the X-Men was. There were things that happened like in the next to last episode that went all the way back to the first and second episode that I had to think about, wait a minute, what's going on? And this is like I was watching on Netflix where I could just go back. I can't imagine having watched it weekly and trying to remember. You know what I mean?
I don't really enjoy a lot of cartoons, but I do appreciate cartoons that are intelligent and that can really appeal to an adult audience. It has that extra
give Wolverine and the X-Men a shot.
Interesting.
Because like the events that start in episode 1, it's like episode 24 where some of this stuff is revealed, and even then it ends on a cliffhanger, and you're like, wow, I did not see that coming.
I may have to check it out.
Yeah, it's good. I enjoyed it a lot.
Yesterday, Alan and I went to go see the Battle of the Five Armies, The Hobbit.
All right, I'll go take a break.
Right on.
Let's talk about that.
He's going to go get some more coffee. I really enjoyed it. But it was funny is because before we went to go see it, I had been exposed to a few cryptic posts on Facebook and Twitter of people who had already seen it, who are far more Lord of the Rings purists than I am. And they were a tad, I don't want to say disappointed, but they definitely said, oh my God, it was just crazy how certain things happened. And then I thought, okay, well, I'm trying not to be too biased by that. And after watching the movie, I can totally understand where these people are coming from.
He takes some liberties.
Oh, yeah, he does. Yeah, he really, really, really does. But if you haven't read the book, you never know.
Yeah, true.
You really wouldn't.
Or if it's been a long, long time since you read the book.
Right.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean that it didn't play well. I thought they were fun. Some of the things that some of the visual effects that you kind of just went, okay, you just roll your eyes and you're like, oh my God, really? But then you just laugh it off and then you just move on. I can see where some people wouldn't have laughed it off. But I thought, through the whole thing, at the end of it, no, it never lost its heart. It really never lost its heart. And shoot, I had to pull out the Kleenex. So a success in my book.
Terry, I love you dearly, but you pulling out the Kleenex is not a stepping stone for me because you do it at cat litter commercials.
No, that's Alan.
Look at the cats in their pooping in fish litter.
Well, because it's Peter Jackson, there's going to be an 8-hour epic extra extended edition eventually.
That's going to be the 5-day version.
I'm kind of eager to see it because in there, they usually add a lot more to it that actually helps the story a lot further.
A lot.
So I'm kind of interested to see,
when we
what
were
that's
driving
like.
home, Alan and I said, we're going to wait for the extended set to come out, and then we're just going to get all 3.
Right on.
Yeah, so...
I got Dominion on DVD season 1, so that makes me very happy.
Oh, right on. That's with the Las Vegas Angels.
Yeah. The sci-fi series. Don't tell Terry about it because it's a sci-fi series. By the way, Ascension was amazing.
I had not heard anything about it, and I actually enjoyed it.
Good.
I waited until
Look at her. She's trying so hard to not snark.
No, you guys can watch it. I told you I wasn't. I haven't. I had made a commitment. Actually, I'm kind of stymied by the GIF that Sunsail put into the.
Yeah.
That's kind of trippy, and
two of the most beautiful women there are,
by that.
And it's scarier than anything.
All right. I know if you guys watch sci-fi, that's great. Good. I'm glad that you're getting entertained.
They have started putting out some decent sci-fi. Granted, a lot of it still is a little on the cheesy side, or on the budget-wise is still low end. But it's a lot better than what they have been doing in the past. So at least for that, I have to give them kudos.
Yeah.
So
well, we'll see how things go in the future.
Yeah.
We have some. I want to get through the news so we can talk about all the shit that happened this week.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Did something happen? I didn't even notice.
A few different things happened.
Yeah, I saw that the public had nothing but love and affection for Mr. C.
Oh my God! Yeah,
there were some people I thought that were just so out of bounds.
Are we just gonna talk about that now?
We might as well. We
might as well.
You got to admit, that was the big Star Trek story.
That was the big Star Trek story.
We have a date. I thought that was a big story.
Yeah, well, that was on the follow-up of the big story, which was, it's all kind of one big story. So, starting off with the obvious.
Yeah, that's all interconnected, isn't it?
Yeah, Roberto Orci is no longer directing, and we knew that. But last week, they announced that Justin Lin, the director from Fast and Furious 6, will be taking over as the director for Star Trek 3.
Okay, I have a question.
Is
everyone made fun of Rocky because, when they got up to Rocky 4, and, there were jokes about Rocky 24 and Jaws 13 and all of this. Why does Fast and Furious not get that same kind of mocking?
Because it was a mockable film to begin with.
So was Rocky. Well, no. Rocky and Rocky 2
It won an Academy Award.
That does not... Really?
Didn't it? Several? The first film.
Did it win Best Picture that year?
I don't know if it won Best Picture. It definitely won Best Script. I don't remember. I just know that because it was a big thing because Sylvester Stallone wrote it and he got the writing Oscar for it.
Right.
It was just, it was considered to be a far more serious piece of work.
No, One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest beat it.
Won that year, yeah.
But, let's look at the... Oh, wait a minute.
But it was considered to be a serious film. Fast and Furious was never going to make it to the Oscars. So it was like, it's just a fluffy...
No, I'm sorry.
Pop film.
Rocky did win.
It did, okay.
Here's what it bested. Taxi Driver, Network, Bound for Glory, and All the President's Men.
Yeah.
That is a fucking mammoth.
Yeah, that was a crazy year, wasn't it?
Peter Finch won for Best Actor in a Leading Role for Network. Beating De Niro for Taxi Driver, which was like the defining. He's had some amazing roles, but I think that was like the one that people were like, really? Wow.
Wasn't Raging Bull, though?
That wasn't until 80.
Okay.
Although Godfather 2 was in, 74, 75? And he was great in that. But Giancarlo Gianni for Seven Beauties, which I don't know. William Holden for Network. I love William Holden. And Stallone for Rocky. Faye Dunaway won for Network, beating Liv Ullmann, who I love, from Face to Face. Sissy Spacek for Carrie. Wow, a genre movie. Talia Shire for Rocky, and Cousin Kazine for Marie Christine Baralt for Cousin Kazine. Burgess Meredith lost for supporting actor. Ned Beatty was nominated. Laurence Olivier and Burt Young, but Jason Robards won for All the President's Men. Wow, you know what? Nothing was like a straight sweep back then.
Yeah, it was.
Rocky did win Best Director, though.
Right. Yeah. But that's why it got chided, because it took a great piece, a great film, and it just kind of kept getting chopped in half and derived from over and over and over again. Fast and Furious is merely just a soap opera.
Popcorn, yeah.
Yeah, it's merely just a soap opera. It's a serial to begin with. I mean, you can take the story and continue on with it, which is why it's so successful. And technically, that's why Star Trek can be done the same way. It's a serial. You can take the same characters and move them on and into the same universe. And in Rocky, it's a little bit different because it was a concealed, or not concealed, but a concise, packaged story. And they decided, okay, well, what happens when he ages a little bit? And, that can work, or it can bite you in the ass. And The Godfather's a really good example, right? Godfather 1 is great. Godfather 2 was everybody's like, oh my God. And Godfather 3 was like, fuck, I walked out.
I had to stick through, but that's because Italian.
Well,
it's part of the life.
My brother Nelson, Rocky is his all-time favorite film, and so to say that we've seen it is an understatement. But it seems I think if I remember the latest Rocky movie, the one that came out a few years ago, they actually just Rocky.
No, Rocky Balboa.
Yeah, that's the one. On that one, it showed that he was he obviously he had aged, but he was still, he had gone from boxer to trainer to basically back to his roots, where he's trying to kind of give back to the community that helped started him. So I do appreciate seeing that kind of arc happen through these films.
Well, shall we get back to the
Yes.
point?
Yeah, sorry, that was my fault. It's just that I've never even seen any of the Fast and Furious movies.
I saw like half of one of them because it was on some
Like
channel
USA
that was on
or something.
or something, and it was exactly what you expected from it, which was
Didn't that start out as a Vin Diesel star thing?
It still is.
And then he left it for a while, didn't he? And it became the Paul Walker series.
Right, and about what happened.
Well, yeah.
And so it's exactly what you expected. The one thing I give the people from Fast and Furious credit for is that they never sold something that the movies weren't. It was a movie about it was Grand Theft Auto on film.
Exactly. What? That's exactly what I've always thought when I see the commercials for it. I was thinking, I really need to get a racing game for my Xbox.
It was kind of exactly.
You know what I mean?
It was a combination of every racing game. It was just they were made for the video gamer mentality, and that isn't necessarily a bad thing. They were fun, and they had a huge following. And Paul Walker really had a huge following, and
that's because he could act.
And that's the thing. They had great. And that's one thing I was trying to say when Lynn came in was. The one thing that we've got with Lynn is that he knows how to direct both action and good actors with a mediocre script, which is exactly what we were kind of expecting from Star Trek. We have insanely talented actors with a lot of action and shiny that somebody's going to have the experience to be able to deal with all of that CG in an action format, plus actors who need to be able to pull that off with a ton of green screen.
Because I would say that Zoe is pretty much known as an action star now, isn't she?
Isn't that cool, though?
Oh, yeah. No, it's not a complaint.
I love that.
I'm just saying.
Really
I think that's...
I love that. I love the fact that we have two... You can, Scarlett Johansson and Zoe Saldana, you can name by name, look at them and go, yeah, these are action heroes. These are action actresses. And yet at the same time can still be pulled apart and do something truly remarkable in a quiet drama.
Oh, that's like, what's her name too? Oh God, the incredibly, the Underworld.
Yes. She started off in Shakespeare. Kate Beckinsale.
Kate, yeah.
And I loved her in. If you haven't seen it,
Serendipity.
Have you seen Much Ado About Nothing? Kenneth Branagh's film.
Yes, I love
Kenneth Branagh's Much Ado About Nothing with Kate Beckinsale. She plays hero. But to see Justin Lin come in, I think everybody was like, oh God, it's gonna be just like Fast and Furious. Okay, well, number one, directors can direct any script. A good director can direct any script. A good writer can write any genre, right?
And he has done a lot more than just Fast and Furious. He's done television, he's done films, and he's done comedy. Right. And so, I mean, he seems... My first reaction was, oh God, we're going to get Fast and Furious in space. But after looking a little closer at his credentials through IMDb, it's like, damn, this guy has done some shit.
Yeah, and he's done some shit. And for those of you fans who like the HBO dramas that they do, if you've seen True Detective, he directed the first 2 episodes of season 2 and that, which hasn't come out yet.
He's directed a couple of episodes of Community.
Did he really?
Yeah.
Yes, 3 episodes of Community. Well, so he's done comedy. So
to be fair,
a whole cross section of different styles.
Well, also to be fair, one of those episodes of Community was action-packed. So,
was that the Modern Warfare episode?
I believe so, yes. So, I mean, he can. I think he has potential to bring back some good humor to Star Trek, make it interesting, to have to probably put something together that we have not seen in a while. So I'm kind of optimistic.
Now, we also got a release date.
Yes. And here's the thing. So we get the announcement for the director the following, not the day after, but the day after that. So 2 days later, we get the release date of the next film, which is far sooner than any of us ever anticipated.
I was stunned.
I was stunned.
79 weeks, 5 days, 10 hours, 26 minutes, and 48 seconds.
We have a countdown clock on our website now. So if you're listening to us, you can look off to the right. It says Countdown to Star Trek 3. And so it is the 3rd Star Trek movie. The release date has been set for July 8th, which, I'm absolutely...
I'm not seeing the countdown clock.
It's underneath the STLV one. It's on the streaming page. It's not on the homepage.
Okay.
On the homepage, we're keeping that nice and clean as possible. I was actually surprised, especially considering I had been hearing rumors with issues with the script. Nothing confirmed, but rumors. And it was like, okay, if there's problems with the script, this date doesn't make sense to me.
It doesn't make sense at all. And then on the heels of the announcement of the date, yesterday and the day before, a couple of bloggers and how shall we say, other not necessarily brilliant. I'm really actually quite pissed at a couple of these because
you mean the ones with the headlines that were 180 from what was actually
from the reality?
Yeah. They weren't even reading his comments. They were reading someone else's comments.
And it's how do you take I was just infuriated. Okay, to start off for our listeners, there was a as you know from last year, there was a big brouhaha where Roberto Orsi got involved in Twitter and also placed comments on TrekMovie.com, specifically on our friend Joseph Dickerson's article about how Star Trek had lost its soul. And he took quite offense to that and actually started to post and get kind of nasty with people in the comment section at TrekMovie.com. That kind of blew over. He was quote unquote made director. And then this week we find out that he is no longer going to be the director of the film. And then he comments, he reappears in the comment section at TrekMovie.com. And
which I will say, I've always given him credit that he goes in there and and answers questions. Sometimes he's snarky about it, but you know what? Sometimes the people are just as big a dicks to him. So you know what? I'm not going to look. I'm a dick. I'm not going to get upset for him if somebody's a dick to him for being a dick back. That's just the way it is.
There's a lot of people who do take.
That's a pretty high-profile person coming into a fan comment board and interacting.
Yeah, and well, so I'm still laughing because he does cross that dick line again. Right?
Oh yeah, he becomes Peter North.
Oh my God, he just crosses the line again and does what he did the last time, and that is, well, that's why I make movies and you don't. Well, no, the reason why he gets to make movies is because he had the fucking money to do it. If we had his money, we would totally be doing it too. So he can just shove that right up his ass. Be that as it may, he is the one who has the money. It doesn't mean that he's any better at it than any of us would be. We just has better.
He just knew the right people.
Yeah. He blew the right people. Did you just say that out loud, or was that what my ears?
I don't believe that. Actually, I don't believe that actually came out of my mouth. But that doesn't mean it wasn't thought of. Or
don't make me defend the Klingon. Although, Mike, I got to tell you,
this morning's comment.
Janice and I have been watching Deep Space Nine, and goddamn, Martok is the shit. I forgot how much I love Martok.
I love Martok,
especially around the wedding.
Oh yeah.
No more squirrels.
Okay.
We're still talking.
I know.
All right,
focus.
But
That's what she said.
It's a Martok squirrel. Chat room, get on that. Make a Martok one-eyed squirrel with the goatee.
Do it.
You know what?
Oh my
For
God,
that, whoever can give me a Martok squirrel, I will send them a copy of Warrior Woman. You know what?
Challenge extended.
There you go. I want a Martok squirrel, and I will give you a copy of Warrior Woman.
That
the chat room will now go quiet as all the creative types.
All the creative types pop over to Photoshop. So we have this announcement. So here's where the rub came in with a lot of people. We have the announcement Justin Lin has come in as director. Then we have the announcement that the date has come out. But we still have the very, very real information that Orsi is still the producer. Now, some people are like, "Oh, he's just a producer." My only response to people who go, "Oh, well, he's just been relegated to producer."
That's a pretty fucking powerful relegation.
When they give away an Oscar for Best Picture, they don't give it to the fucking director, okay? They give it to the producer because they're the ones that are making the film. So
they make shit happen.
If you think that Orsi is out on his ear, you've got another thing coming. Yes. Now, following after that, everybody's like, well, he's no longer writing the script. Here's my take on that. He was never really the script writer. It was the two other gentlemen, what was their names? The ones that came from...
McCade is one of them. I can't remember. No.
McBain.
Nice drop.
McBain.
Tristan will appreciate those guys over at Sci-Fi. That's awesome.
McBain?
No, now we have to look it up. I can't... damn it.
Throwing out the mix.
Star Trek. New writers.
Gavin McLeod.
J.D. Payne and Patrick McKay.
Oh, I was close.
They were always listed as the two writers on this film. Always. Now, was Orsi listed as a writer? Possibly. It was never really put in stone. I just remember that back last year, they announced the two writers, and the writers were J.D. Payne and Patrick McKay. They're still going to be kind of guided by the producer. The director just takes what they write and throws it on the screen in his style or in his vision. But J.D. Payne and Patrick McKay have always been the script writers, as far as I know. Now, whether or not Orsi's story may have been this, how we've talked to other, like Larry Nemeczek, who had a story. He sold his story to
James Swallow.
And James Swallow. They sold stories that somebody else would write the scripts. Now it's possible that Orsi had a story that McKay and Payne were supposed to write from. Maybe that got dumped, but
Terry,
I don't know.
One thing
There's
we need to talk about is also the whole writing credit thing can be extremely
complicated.
Because there's people that could write the majority of something and still not get their names in the writing credits.
Yeah.
And if you read These Are the Voyages, just look at how much Gene Roddenberry rewrote stuff, but his name is nowhere in the writing credits for them.
Right. Now, it's my understanding that Orsi has been removed from the writing credits. So does that mean that they're not going to use his story? To me, that means it.
Too.
What's that?
Sometimes they can voluntarily withdraw their names, too.
Yeah, sure.
But then it can go to arbitration, and I have learned more about that from These Are the Voyages than I ever thought.
It's true. You realize how much who owns the story, who owns the right. All I know is that McKay and Payne are still listed as the writers. Now, does that mean that they're going to be using the same script from
It's
what
possible.
aspect of it? We've heard that this script has been rewritten 3 times, so I don't know. I doubt it. I doubt they're going to be using whatever the first iteration was. But the fact is that I don't think that they would have announced the release date of this movie unless they had a solid script in hand.
Yeah, at least something concrete enough in order to start getting work done. Because CG, they have to start like yesterday.
Yeah,
in order to pull off CG in time for July.
Agreed. They have a year and a half, which is about right if you have a script in hand ready to go. So they're in the midst of, now they have a director, they have a script, they have a release date. That means they're storyboarding, getting the schedule set, getting all of their, everything contracted, and then they're going to start rehearsals and whatnot. I said whatnot. I'm sorry. That's why I picked it out. I corrected myself.
I'm sorry. I'm playing the Mac game with Jessica right now as we're doing this.
Oh, I see.
And
okay.
So yeah, I think that the script is already done. I don't think there's a bad reporting that came out yesterday that said something about, well, RC's script isn't being used and now it has to be all rewritten. Nowhere upon nowhere has anybody ever said the script has to be rewritten. And for a blogger or a wannabe journalist to come out and say that something was confirmed that the script had to be rewritten is wrong. It's bad journalism, and I'm calling you out on your shit. So be very, very careful when you start to use somebody's comments in a fucking comment section as a confirmation of a story, because you're an idiot if you do.
And I went looking. Everything that Bob was saying, it was just pretty much him defending himself against all the trolls that were saying that were calling him a liar and all this other stuff. And it's like, where's the confirmation? Sure, everyone else seems to be wanting to say it. Everyone else is saying it, but he never once even implied that it was going in that direction.
I happen to think, taking a step back and looking at it in that broader world where we talked about last week, or right when this story came out, especially after the release date was set. When the release date was set, I actually had to take a huge mental step back, and I kind of went, something bigger is going on here than any of us realize.
That kind of time frame gives them plenty of time to actually have, should I say it, a TV show ready for the fall.
Yes, absolutely. Why
are you doing that, Michael? Why would you do that?
I know. I'm putting myself out there at risk and just ready for disappointment, but that is what it seems like. As soon as they finish wrapping,
seem to be heading in that direction.
As soon as they finish wrapping, they could literally use the same sets, use the same everything,
like they did in Phase 2 to make the motion picture,
and just jump straight into production, into a TV show, and have it ready by fall.
I agree. I thoroughly, 100% totally agree.
Question: what studio or platform would be doing it that it hasn't leaked yet then?
Well, it has to be CBS. CBS owns the rights to make the television show.
Right, but they could also put it out to Netflix or somebody like that.
Sure, but absolutely, they could contract out to.
So who could they be talking to that nothing has leaked if the talks of that are happening? Because whoever it is they're talking to are showing incredible
restraint,
discipline, I was going to say.
Well, think about it. We still have a year and a half plus, so we're talking about, if they're wanting to make a movie come out in July of 2016, the 50th anniversary of the show is going to be September 2016, which happens to be the beginning of the fall television season. We have a year, almost 2 years, 1 year, 18, not even that, 21 months before that even occurs. I think it's very reasonable to think that a lot of this could be held close to the vest until, even after casting started. Let's face it, none of us knew Star Trek The Next Generation was happening.
Different time, much different time.
Yeah, but...
No, what? The fandom was still as crazy easy then as it is now.
Yeah, but the internet.
Exactly.
That is the where
the internet?
all of the internet is the biggest difference, and that's where it creates a whole other environment. But
there was no "Ain't It Cool" news and things like that,
right? But
yes,
are
also
very, very. I mean, NDAs are just as strong now as they were then.
True, but you have to also keep in mind this is Orsi. This is Bad Robot. This is what is Orsi's writing company?
Well, it's not. See, that's the thing. Here's the other thing that I'm kind of this now. Mind you, now we're all speculating in rumor. Okay,
yes, this is all
confirmed.
rumor.
This is all just fun. All right. Here's the. Remember how he makes the mention about him taking a bigger chair, right? So he's not doing the directing job on the film. He's still going to produce the. Which one? The Bad Admiral. Yeah, right. And CBS really wants to get a new show out in time for the 50th. I feel that in my heart. I really do. Bob Orsi has far more experience creating and developing television shows, many of which are extraordinarily successful. I just see that he was given an opportunity and probably a request to jump over. He already has a contract with CBS, and it's not Bad Robot. It's his own production company. Now, it's still, at the time, it was KO Paper, and I understood that he and Kurtzman is split. Did he create a separate one, or is it going to be KO Paper? I don't know. But
isn't that still a subdivision of Bad Robot? Well, the point is,
I thought that KO Paper was completely separate and new and a baby entity.
Well, it could be, but my point is, he learned from as being part of Bad Robot, he learned from them. So the point that I was trying to make,
he started out on Hercules, Xena.
Yeah,
that's and then Alias came along.
Well,
did he ever? Go ahead.
He produced Alias. Yeah, he was a co-executive producer.
Okay,
and a producer of 13 episodes.
No. I'm gonna. What Mike had to say.
Sorry, Mike.
Well, I was just trying to say that he has this experience of being involved with a company that does great viral marketing, that does that likes to keep things hidden and tell as much as possible. Yes, leaks do happen, and those you can't protect. But that doesn't. What I think I think it's possible that the ball is rolling, and they're going to keep it hidden probably for as long as they can. I think it'll probably be halfway between here and July 2016 before we finally actually get confirmation that this series is even going to be a thing.
You think they'll wait until the convention this year to announce it?
I don't even think we'll know until I don't even think it'll be 20.
I think it'll be
15, maybe.
That's what I mean at the convention this coming year.
Yeah, possibly. We'll see.
Maybe. But I like I said, I think it's going to be a while before we actually hear anything, and then they're going to be moving fast. It probably, in all honesty, it's probably going to be when they finish wrapping, the filming. I think that'll probably be around the time that they start, dropping hints and start, doing the build up. And then we'll see.
But you, like me, think that Roberto Orsi will be integrally involved.
Oh yeah, this is his baby, and he's gonna run with it. He's the only one that knows the universe as well as anyone else, and I think this is a backdoor pilot for the film or for the series.
This whole bigger chair thing has absolutely zero to do with Star Trek.
Wouldn't that be funny?
I mean, it's a possibility.
It's possible, yeah.
Sure. But bigger chair for what? What would that be then?
Well, who knows?
What's bigger than Star Trek?
What's bigger than being the showrunner for Star Trek?
Well, again, he never said for TV. He just said bigger chair.
True. Then he's not taking director. And he's still producer, but what's bigger chair than that?
You
mean a studio position?
Or another franchise.
Yeah, because...
Which makes me ask again, what is bigger than Star Trek?
Well, I mean, honestly, right now, Mike, there are bigger things.
I don't think it...
It's not like it was in the 90s.
Yeah.
Well, that's true. And the thing, that's possible. That's very possible. I mean, all you have to do is look at this man's IMDb page, and you know what he's got under. He's the the executive producer for Scorpion. He's the executive producer for Hawaii Five-0. He's the executive producer for Matador. He's the executive producer for Sleepy Hollow, which is
He's got a lot of irons in the fire, you know?
Well, he's like JJ in that way now, right? So he's operating his own production company. He's delegating all of this stuff.
Let me ask a question. What if it was a Star Wars live-action TV show that Disney was doing? You don't think that would be a bigger chair?
Yeah, I do.
That would be a bigger chair. But
I'm just throwing these things out there because anything in this business is possible.
Absolutely.
True. That would definitely be a bigger chair.
Disney stealing or see away as well. That would be huge.
And doing a live-action Star Wars series. Or even because, their plan is doing all these, I don't want to say smaller movies, but that's what they are. You know what I mean? Like a Boba Fett movie, a this movie, a that movie that they want to do. Or what if they had him involved with Marvel somehow?
Yeah, I doubt that. Oh, well, I doubt that. But I see him more jumping ship to Star Wars. Sure, I do that because Bad Robot, because JJ is so integrally involved in that.
Right,
and they have that relationship. Sure,
yeah,
and,
that's
and
feasible.
Not the least of which is it's going to be easier for him to play with and write with because he wouldn't be held by the confines of science.
Sweetie, you say that, and then my first thought is Threshold. So we can't really say. Okay.
Enough said.
Threshold? Wasn't that Braga?
No.
He has disowned it. Well, my good friend Brandon Braga has disowned Threshold.
And Threshold. Are we talking about the Star Trek episode, or are we talking about the short-lived TV series?
Episode, Threshold.
The Voyager episode.
Because both were by Braga.
Has admitted that show has no place in canon. He and I were discussing it the other night over hot chocolate and scones.
Yeah, right. Oh my God, that's hilarious. So yeah, I mean, absolutely, that could happen.
So there are
where's Orsi
things,
going?
Mike.
That's really what it's going to be. Is where is he heading? He's still going to be producing the movie, and the movie's coming out in July of 2016. But where is he moving off to? He's definitely on the move somewhere, and he's either moving to CBS television or he's moving to Disney. I'm not sure which.
He's going to be the personal filmmaker for Kim Jong-un.
The sequel to Interview, or not a sequel, but a response. Well, I'm optimistic. I'm foolhardy as well, but I believe it's touché, sir. But I think we have a series, a spin-off series from the films in our future. So that is, call me crazy, but that's my gut, and I got a big gut.
I think it's going to be a very fun and interesting year. 2015, I'm really looking forward to, because we're finally going to because we have the date, we're going to be able to, just like we did with the last film. Do you believe this is going to be the second time we've gone through this, you guys, where we're going to, for the next year and a half, we're going to be following all of the pictures of trash dumpsters and things like that. Sorry.
Yeah, I need to come up with a new...
Connex is blocking off view from anything, so all you see is a picture that looks like a dock.
I need to come up with a new Star Trek movie bumper.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, you do. And but I'm really looking forward to the next year of rumors and strife, and it's going to be a blast. I'm glad to see that we have a new director in place now. I'm glad to see that. I'm more convinced than ever that there really is a script that's pretty much ready to go. It may need tweaking, absolutely, but I think that it's probably locked down pretty well. And I really do think that my gut is telling me that there's a nice relationship now between Orsi and CBS, and that maybe something's happening there. I don't know. It's just
It's too early to really say, but...
It's too early to really say, and yet at the same time, I'm like, but it's just too, I don't want to say simple, but convenient.
Easy?
It's convenient. Everything that has happened till now is leading me in that direction. And knowing how Hollywood works, it's like, oh, look, he's really, really good at television, and we really need this show, and can we just take him from the movie where everybody seems to hate his guts?
Well, if you think about it,
But I don't think
major
any of
costs
the actors or anything do.
No.
If you consider that to create sci-fi TV, one of the greatest costs is coming up with all the new crap for it. The special effects, the sets, blah blah blah. They're coming right off of film. If they come right off of film, they have all that stuff already done. That's going their startup cost is going to be.
Let's just take the next inevitable step. If they're going to be making a television series in the new universe, would they recast the entire original crew, or would we get something different set in the same universe?
Well,
I would have to say
know my
that
answer.
I don't think it could be the Enterprise for a couple of reasons. One being, I don't think that brewery is available all the time, and I'm not being a smartass. That is an integral part of the set. So
that's a good point. They would have to come up with a new engine room.
I'm
that is a good
trying
point.
to be a smartass. That was
Terry's drowning over there.
I know.
I'm drinking my coffee.
Do you have a squeegee for a screen?
I just had this wonderful image of the contract with Anheuser-Busch on that one. I was
I don't.
With Stella Artois going, can we just take a section of your brewery and set it up as a...
I don't think Chris Pine's I don't think he would have that kind of opening. I think he's booked. He's a very in-demand young actor. Yeah. So is Zoe.
But there's no way that these people are going to do TV.
Yeah, exactly.
For
McCoy.
Yeah, I was going to say Carl Urban had no problem with it.
That's because he did Xena for so long and then did his own, he had his own show. And he has an established relationship with Orsi.
And Anton Yeltsin, I could see, because really, what's he doing?
I think what may work is they recast most of the crew, most of the cast, but they bring over just enough people to make it, to legitimize it, and that's Carl Urban. Who else has done TV?
John Cho.
John Cho.
Sleepy Hollow.
Exactly. Okay. Yeah. Bring both of them over. It legitimizes the entire thing. They can keep it as the Enterprise crew.
Oh my God. I have to say, I would watch a show with John Cho in it, with Carl Urban in it. I would
and watch recast Kirk, recast Uhura, but bring in, Sulu and McCoy, and you can believe that the rest is exactly as it should be.
And not the least of which is, it is an alternate universe. It doesn't mean they have to stay together like they did in the original show. They could go off and make it, Captain Sulu.
I was just going to say, poor George. Suddenly Sulu gets his own show.
I think he would take extraordinary joy in that.
Oh, yes, without a doubt. And if
that there would have to be a time travel episode where cross universe where he shows up at the Excelsior.
We're just spitballing here. If that were to happen and they didn't have him as some kind of admiral or something in the premiere, look, we riot. That's all I'm saying.
Come on, that would be a show we would
playing Sulu's father.
That would be a show we would watch. It would. It would be a show we would watch. I
just want to thank Roberto RC for giving us the first 45 minutes of our show today. He's really not all that bad a guy.
I
don't think he's a bad guy.
I don't either. I think he has some issues, but I don't think he's a bad guy.
We also don't know the amount of hate mail he gets every day. That sometimes you just got to say, fuck you all. Just fuck you all. You know what I mean, though?
Yeah, of course I do. You and I have both gotten that kind of mail.
Yeah, but imagine the amount he gets. I mean it.
Yeah.
Are you guys hiding mine? I am.
You're just fucking lovable.
Aww.
You're just a big targ.
I don't know if I should be insulted or not.
Targs are cute and lovable. Sure.
Okay.
Okay, you're a big Shaylot.
Okay.
A Shaylot, yeah.
Yeah, Shaylot.
Cool.
Sorry.
Okay. I can be a teddy bear.
With fangs.
All right.
With fangs.
Yes.
And really big claws. Okay, anyways, let's...
Wow.
Oh my God.
All right,
it was a fun week. I'm really, like I said, I'm really looking forward to. I love just kind of shooting the shit with you guys and thinking, what if? Okay.
I can't say anything, but I I got a private message. The way that I interpret it is it's going to be Star Trek Shred.
That'd be awesome.
I know, right?
They bring in Jeffrey Combs.
Jeffrey Combs and let him have
anybody
at
deserves his own series.
No shit. Oh
I
my
would
God.
totally watch that on Netflix.
But you've got to also have Casey Biggs in it. I'm just saying, not that I'm gay, because I'm not, but you got to have Casey Biggs in it.
I've said this before, and I'm going to say it again. But what I would really love to see is Star Trek hit multiple formats. I would love it if CBS would legitimize some of the unofficial productions and have them be web-only series, and then
What about a Star Trek anthology series?
Well, give them to Netflix. Give them to give Star Trek continues to say Netflix. Give Amazon Phase 2. I'm just saying as an example, but legitimize them, and then because they're on the web. I know it's not going to happen, but that's what I would love to see.
I would love to see a Star Trek anthology series, actually.
I love that.
That would be cool.
I love that idea. You could just
no set crew, no set cast.
No set crew, no set cast. You could do any universe.
And
it sounds expensive.
I think there are people like Tom Hanks who would jump on for one episode, even to direct or whatever.
Yeah, but it sounds very expensive because you'd be jumping
every week.
Yeah. But that sounds phenomenal.
God, that'd be great. And something that Star Wars really can't do.
Right? Well, no, Star Wars could.
Yeah.
It's a big galaxy. I mean, that's a huge galaxy.
But it's still focused on the main characters. At least with Star Trek, we have 50 years of television shows and multiple different,
if
sets
Star
of main
Wars
characters.
was using the expanded universe, they could.
Yeah, well, they're not.
Right. So,
Well, isn't Star Wars doing that with those smaller films? Like the Boba Fett film?
Yeah.
They're already, in a sense, looking in that direction.
They're doing, you're right. So, but it's not even, I love that idea. Damn, Nick, that's a great one. Well done.
And I'm good for the year.
Yeah, but that would be that would be too expensive to produce for a web series.
Oh my God.
Wow.
Oh, that's just so wrong, son.
Wow.
This is really bad.
You know what? That's not bad. That was the first. That was the first. And I am going to save it.
Look at the eye.
I love the goatee. I mean,
For
wow.
our listeners, we're laughing at the fact that Sensei Al just posted this really funny Martok squirrel in the chat room. and he looks like
he's
Jesus.
saying something Martok profound.
He looks
too.
like a one-eyed Jesus.
Yes, he does. Doing the moonwalk across water.
Oh, that's too funny, son. That just made my day. Oh my God. Shall we move on to some Star Trek news now?
Good Lord.
Wow. Well, I've saved that, and I've renamed. I've given it credit to Sun. So we'll let this run a week, see what comes up, and then if we we'll make a decision soon.
Cool. Star Trek news. I am so proud to be a talkie geek.
We've got our problems with the film, which we'll get into on our dopey little podcast and nitpick it to death.
Star Trek news.
So congratulations to the always dreamy David Mack.
There's Legos?
No.
Star Trek news.
Yes, the story behind the story. The movie that never was made.
They got a Klingon.
I know.
Sold.
Klingon. That's right. I'm gonna throw in a Buck Mackay rookie guard. That's right. A Buck Mackay for people. It doesn't get any bigger than this.
Star Trek news. I just posted a link in the chat room from StarTrek.com. Our buddies over at StarTrek.com. It is their year in review, the 2014 year in review of Star Trek news. So pretty much everything. If you don't want to listen to all of our episodes over the past year, you can just read this article and pretty much get what we talked about this year.
Good job drawing in the ratings.
Whatever. Although we're far more fun to listen to.
I don't know. Sometimes I think the chat room doesn't think so.
Well, that's because they're here to visit with each other. They're really never here to listen to us.
I know.
Well, they are here to listen to us, so they can put in an appropriate thing into the chat room to bomb us. Yeah, the perfect meme to just throw us off kilter. That's what it's like walking through minefields with.
All of a sudden, you got a fat guy smothering himself in Nutella, and you're like, "What the hell is that?"
There was, and if I can find it again, I need to be able to find it, because there was a wonderful article in IO9. Here it is. It's called "The Underlying Assumption That's Necessary for Every Star Trek Episode," and it was a great kind of take on why we need new Star Trek television, and as long as it adheres to this one rule. And I loved it. It's Rhea Misra wrote this article. I'm going to put the link in the chat room.
I had seen.
He points out what's called, of course, I'm tired of the smartest man in the room trope. Think about it. How many TV shows have we seen in the past decade that revolve around the smart man, right? The Mentalist, House,
Elementary, Sherlock.
Everybody loves Raymond.
And it's now become like, even in CSI and NCIS, there's always like the big smart guy who knows fucking everything.
Well, wait a minute. CSI Los Angeles has Linda Hunt.
I do love her. And that's NCIS, by the way.
Oh, NCIS, you're right.
But
she's awesome on that show.
It's the smart guy in the room trope. And she points it out and says, I miss Star Trek because at least in the Star Trek universe, everybody was smart. And more importantly, they respected each other's ability. So it says, one of the most compelling examples noted by many commenters was that Star Trek The Next Generation, which not only stocked its world with multiple geniuses, it also did something rather unusual with them.
Shut up, Wesley.
It had them from the start respect each other's abilities.
Shut up, Wesley.
Yeah, Wesley was being a weenie.
No, he was not. He was right.
He was right.
That was the
he
problem
was right.
with that.
No, you're right. He was right. That's why I love him.
Especially in that one. Nobody would listen to him because he was a kid.
Yeah, and it did. And that's why I liked him, because we all been through that.
Well,
just
and
because
you got to
we're
give
kids.
credit to Crusher in that one, Terry, because we hate. Look at already. Way to go,
Yeah.
Matthew Anderson. She stood up for Wesley and then said, "Don't you talk to my son like that."
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Worf was like, "I have to go to the bathroom." "No, you're wrong, Mr. Worf. You will not go to the bathroom. That's a bad idea."
See, I loved this article, and I think
the hell is that?
What? Oh, you're looking at the chat room?
I don't understand what that is.
That's just freaky.
Is that Leroy Neiman?
I don't know. It's just weird.
Who did that?
I don't know.
Midnight Shadow.
Steve, stop it.
I had seen an article that was talking about, I think, I want to say it was on IO9, but I can't find it. But it was talking about some of the issues with the 2009 and Into Darkness. And one of the things that I had found interesting was that Star Trek, in all of its other iterations, began with, TNG and TOS specifically, began with, these are the voyages of the Starship Enterprise,
right.
the little monologue, which is their mission statement, essentially for those shows. And although with both of these films, the monologue comes at the end, we never really see that they actually ever get there,
Right.
They have yet to fulfill that promise, that mission. They haven't started working towards that mission statement. And it was the hope of the writer of the article that with the third film we will finally see them trying to live up to that monologue, live up to that mission statement. I thought it was an interesting article. I wish I could find it.
Now, I hate the fact that I have to defend the first two Bad Robot movies. But in the cinematic universe, it wasn't until the end of Star Trek II that we got the opening statement, as you will. And then really, if you look at all the movies that followed, it had really nothing to do with these are the voyages of the Starship Enterprise, its 5-year mission. It was, you had the search for Spock, which is a personal, and then the voyage home, which, had nothing
Paper
to do
film.
with... Huh?
Paper film.
Right, and then 5, which, was 5. And then the Undiscovered Country, which is again not about exploration. It's a one-on-one story, and then
the movies never have been about exploration.
Yeah,
not even. An Insurrection is about as close as it comes, and that one's really about
a bad admiral,
a bad Federation.
Yeah,
really. And it's funny is that somebody was saying, we were talking about Orsi and his proclivity for making false flag type of storylines, and I thought, well, Insurrection's right up his alley.
So is 6.
Yeah.
It's true. I would love to see something other than False Flag and Bad Admiral. I just really would. I would like to see something new, and I'm
Which
hoping
again
that
is why
McKay
Admiral Ross was the shit, because because he was a competent, intelligent,
We
good
love Admiral Ross.
officer.
Oh, crap.
What?
I just realized something.
Don't tell me what.
Don't tell you what?
Don't tell me you weren't recording or something. What?
No, we're recording. But I just realized something.
Oh.
Based on all of this false flag talk and Star Trek 6, that is the plot line for the new series. Building up towards that.
The new series is following Curzon Dax.
I can live with that.
Yeah, I could too. That'd be fun.
Of course, I'm just teasing, but it was just all of these dots were just all of a sudden starting to come into alignment, and I was like, oh crap.
I love the little thing that Matthew Anderson posted in there with the little corgi. Corgis make me laugh. They're like shrunken German shepherds.
I have to ask, how's my girl?
He is fine.
And how's the big boy?
Fine. Being a big loser.
Oh, what's he doing?
He's outside. Where is he? The door's open today. They're being really quiet.
Wow, they are.
I know. I don't know. Casey's he's just been a big love. He's been just a big baby dog.
Aw, it's the holidays.
It is the holidays. And
What'd you get them for Christmas?
we got them new Nerf toys with crunchies in the middle, and that was a mistake. Just saying. Casey had them both shredded within a half an hour. So all we have left is the plastic outlining of said Nerf footballs. He took everything out in the middle.
Wow. Well, Charlie's birthday was on Christmas.
Oh, happy birthday, Charlie.
Yes, he's 6. So my little puppy is getting old.
And did you guys see the baby that Cushy
Charlie's
has on
only
Facebook?
6?
That was cute. Yes, Charlie's only 6, and he already has gray whiskers, and some of his hair around his head is starting to gray. My puppy is getting old.
I thought he was like 12.
You're thinking Buddy. I'm talking about Charlie.
Yeah, okay.
And Buddy, he's like 15, 14,
Oh, okay.
15.
There we go.
He's,
Wow. Dog squirrel.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, really sorry. What is next? We have, so we talked about the wonderful little IO9 discussion about how refreshing it'll be not to have like the smart guy in the room drama. I'm really looking forward to seeing a good ensemble cast again. I really am. I'm on board. We need to show.
I've got it. The new series.
Okay, go for it.
Andy Dick's EMH.
Oh my God.
That would make me stop watching Star Trek altogether. If Andy Dick.
People would totally riot, and you know it. That's too funny. Let's see. The next stuff is, did anybody get any good Star Trek toys for Christmas?
No, I got a bunch of Batman stuff.
Cool. I didn't either. We didn't really. I still want to get the Starfleet Academy hoodie, the zip-up
I did
hoodie.
get my life-size cutout of Larry Nemeczek.
Sorry.
Well, right before Christmas, I got These Are the Voyages. I've been reading that. Does that count?
That's right. Volume 3. How's that going? Yeah.
I'm really enjoying it. I just got on the set. Just got through the introduction to Fred Freiberger.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was the interesting fellow. I'm interested to see how he handles some of the individual episodes. So looking forward.
Can we market a life-size Larry Nemeczek cardboard cutout, please? And it says Boomer Sooner.
Dude, we're gonna bring him on to the convention. We'll bring one to the convention. That'd be awesome. We'll put it up at the G&T booth. We'll put it up at the G&T booth. Love it.
I love Larry so much.
I'm
sorry, Mike, but just the idea of a Larry cardboard cutout is killing me.
I love him when he gets like this. He's all punchy and shit.
Mike's upset now.
No, I'm trying to find that article.
Oh, good.
Good. I'm going to move on to a little bit.
How could you be upset by Larry Nemeczek?
I love Larry.
We love
In fact, I have later when we get into announcements for various other activities, I have a Larry announcement to make as well. So
yes, you do. What?
I love Larry.
Talk about it.
We need to get a Larry cutout and a Keith DeCanado cutout and put them across from each other so that they can just keep talking all day.
He's tired, folks.
Yeah. Okay, well, I guess we'll get to the announcement. We have approached and we had received tentative agreement from Larry Nemeczek that he will be playing a role in a future episode of Star Trek Starfinder.
Is he going to be the historian?
Actually, Nick, you're going to be very impressed, but his role looks to be Romulan.
As it should be.
So.
Love it. Love it.
So, yeah.
Well, we're looking forward to hearing Larry in Starfinder when that happens. We do know that it's off in the future, but the
script is being heavily rewritten now. Well, as everyone knows, plot holes sink ships, so we're trying to plug some of them before we get way too out of hand.
That's awesome. Let's see. You cracked me up. Let's get to some Star Trek Online news. Not a lot, but I do want to talk about it briefly.
I want to play Star Trek Online.
Engineering here. Warp engines are online.
Course laid in, Captain.
Engage.
Your ship.
Warning. Ship is under attack.
Your crew.
Move out.
Your destiny.
There is a 15% Zen bonus and key sale this weekend. I think it ends tomorrow. And there's also 1 day left on the Design a Duty Officer contest that they've got going, which I think is very in all the directions. I've put in the links in the show. If you're listening to this after Monday the 29th, sorry, you're too late. But
no soup for you.
No soup for you. However, I want to say I got my my Beth is now a level 58, and
nice.
And I only have 2 missions left, I guess. So I get to do one at level 59 and one at 60. So I'm up to the storyline now, right before the last 2 missions, and I'm really enjoying it. What I really like is the fact that they make you think that your decisions will mean something, even if they don't. You know, there's that
oh
pause.
yes.
There's that pause that you make and you think, oh, should I let him go? Should I not let them go? Should I have gotten involved to begin with?
So you now know what I was referring to all those many weeks ago.
I am very interested to see how the last 2 missions play out.
In the next episode, in the next mission, which is the second to last one, which was the previous conclusion to the arc, because they added one like a couple weeks after.
Oh, I see.
The last mission in the series came out like 2 weeks after release. But anyways, when the last mission that you just played, it has that big question: what do you do? What do you do? And what is going to happen in the next mission for you? It really made me wonder.
Whether or not
it made me wonder is if I had answered this one way, if the outcome of what happens in that mission, if it doesn't change things. Because the possibility is there. And I don't know if it does or not, but I was like, oh my God, what if I had answered this other way? Would I be up shit creek? Would I have, would I be better off? Would I be better off if I had said this other thing? Or, so I'm just like, I was like, wow.
Decision. I mean, it's a big decision where you have to kind of go, oh, should I have taken that offer? Or should I have done, to have that information would be amazing.
Yeah.
But it would be so wrong.
Mind if
I have stone news.
Oh.
Well, real quick, which way did you answer? I'm just curious.
I told him to go home. I said,
which was me too.
Yeah, you need to go support.
You guys made your bed.
Yeah, exactly. You really need to go back and I'm not going to take the map. You need to go fight because we really need you we really need your support. That's where we need you. We don't need you hiding on our planet. We need you out there fighting for yourself.
That was my answer. But yet, I wondered what if I had said sure.
What if I had said take the map and come on home? I don't know.
It was like an oh crap, especially in the middle of the next mission. I mean, that's when it really hit. If I had said yes, what kind of ramifications would I be experiencing now? Right. And I was like, holy shit.
Yeah.
So yeah.
It was just, I have to again, kudos to Christine and to the team for the writing in Delta Rising, because it's just been a blast. and I'm trying to savor it. I have to grind through a half a level to get to 59, but I'm really enjoying the writing in all of it. I'm having a good time. So Nick, what is your Stowe news?
Yeah, sorry, Nick.
No, that's okay. Well, I played this
Yay!
week.
Right on, you got it patched.
Excellent.
I did get it patched because I had a place where much better internet, and it only took like 10 minutes for 4 gigs to patch for me.
Excellent.
Nice.
I played for one patrol mission and was bored to tears.
What, is that in the new content or the?
Yeah, it's one of the ones you have to do where you're patrolling the Delta Quadrant. It's after the first 2 storylines, and then you have to do 3 patrol missions and different systems.
Yeah.
But it just was.
I know.
I can play World of Tanks.
Yeah, I know.
The patrols aren't very exciting. However, I have heard that
graphics, I've noticed a lot of upgrades in the look of things that are stunning. But the problem I was running into was I don't know if it was an exceptionally busy time or what. But even just flying in a straight line was taking forever because it was so crowded. And it was really like painful.
Oh, that's a shame.
Well, it is holidays. People are.
That's what I thought too, Mike.
Yeah,
maybe I'll go back when the holidays are over, and it won't be. It won't. Everybody's out of back in school or working or whatever. Because right now it's I'm sure that their server time is.
Well, that's interesting that you said that. That's interesting that you said that, because I went into. I haven't been playing that much. I've got a lot of other irons in the fire, but I have logged in, did my trying to earn my Q portraits, and Winter Wonderland has been empty.
Really? Now, speaking of which, Mike, you had something you were thinking about as far as why you were not quite enjoying Winter Wonderland.
Yeah,
I thought that was very interesting.
Yeah, I think, or what I believe is kind of going on with that is it's not as fun as the summer event. The summer event, I had a lot more fun. It seems a lot more crowded, and I think I figured out why it feels that way. The summer event, it's a vacation. Right. It's a vacation from all of the horrors of war. It's a place where you can go, relax, have fun in the sun, and just enjoy yourself.
On Ryza.
And you don't shoot a damn thing.
Yes.
Yeah,
and then the
jetpack races and all kinds of stuff. It's Disney World.
It's fun and it's relaxing, and you don't have to worry about shooting something in the face. Whereas with Q's Winter Wonderland, you're shooting something in the face. It's snowmen, it's Borg snowmen, it's little gingerbread people. It's everything but fun, relaxing. Sure, it's Q and he's being mischievous, but really, Q can't give us a break. I mean, if we're gonna go shooting something in the face, there's a whole universe to go do that in. Winter event, I would like that. See, the first year was so much fun because sure you got to shoot snowmen in the face, but it was like once an hour, and you had other activities that you could do. You could race. You can, there were other things you could do that did not involve shooting things in the face. You can relax. A lot of the time, I just spent digging in the snow. Sure, that was.
Right. When you got something.
Something. But I would sit there, dig in the snow, talk with my friends for hours. That was fun because I wasn't required to shoot something in the face the entire time.
Right. There's a winter event in another game that I play, and
Lotro?
It has, in Lotro. And I play another game too. I also play The Secret World. And
I think Janice plays that.
The Secret World?
I think so. I'm not sure. I'll have to ask her.
And it can be a grind, and not unlike Stowe, you can play for costumes and play for weapons. You can play. See, there's housing in Lotro that there isn't in Star Trek, and I can understand why there isn't in Star Trek because you're on a ship. But you can play for housing decorations and things like that, and you can also get horses, new forms of transportation. So you can in Stowe, you get ships, but there's 15 different missions that you can play or quests that you can play in the winter event there. 2 of them. Of the 15 that you can play, only 2 of them involve combat of any sort. And
right on.
You have the choice not to play them, right?
Yeah.
But that still leaves you 13 other quests that you can play that are collection or emote based, or there's actually one that's adorable. It's a theater where you can perform. It's actually quite hilarious. There's a winter theater. You go into the theater and it's like this really, really bad Hobbit acting troupe. And you get apples or rotten fruit, or you get flowers, and you buy them at the little, it's just nominal little fee. And you buy a bunch of these rotten fruits or flowers. And 3 players get automatically selected, randomly selected from the people in the theater, and they actually have to perform on the stage. And you use the emotes, right? So they have, just like in Stowe, they have a big list of different animated emotes that you can use. And you're assigned a role that you have to play, and you get 3 lines and your 3 things that you have to perform. So there's 9 total. And if you perform them well, then people will throw flower petals on you. And if you perform them poorly or you use the wrong emote, people will throw rotten fruit at you. It's fucking hilarious. And you get deeds for all of that. What?
Look who's in the chat room.
Hi, Junkie.
Hi, Junkie.
Hi, Melissa.
Oh my God. So I would like to see something along those lines, right? Where interactivity without the
face shooting.
The face shooting?
Yeah.
That'd be a blast.
And it's not like Star Trek hasn't had a history of people, being musicians and acting and archaeologists and
plus
and all of this stuff.
Plus it's a winter event. I mean, there's skiing, there's there's countless activities.
I don't know.
Can you imagine getting into one of those little?
It would be insane. But could you imagine like a snowboarding event?
That'd be cool. Also, like, what is that thing where you get like 3 or 4 people in like a sled and you push it down the little
bobsled?
Oh, bobsled.
Wouldn't bobsledding be awesome?
That'd be fun. Again, that's a tech issue. That would be very, very difficult, I would think.
But they come up with new types of activities for summer. So it's possible if they wanted to. And it's a shame that they haven't wanted to.
D&T humbly requests that next Winter Wonderland, the new mission does not involve shooting something in the face.
Please.
And I stopped playing Winter Wonderland this year because I don't save for I don't want the breen ships. I don't like them. I only have so many spaces left in my garage. And I don't need the breen ship. So I played until I got the costumes that I wanted, and then I was done, which was pretty easy because I now have like 200 some odd Boolean candles for next year.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. Right now, I'm just playing just enough to save up for next year's events.
Right.
You know?
Exactly. So. And that's what I did. So now it's just a matter of now Nick was talking about,
I wanted to go back to Nick's.
The fact of the matter is, Nick, you're right. At the beginning of Delta Rising and even through, there's just not enough interesting content to carry you through from level to level. And when you get to Kobali Prime, personally, I adore it. I grind the shit out of Kobali Prime. I love it. But I can see where people would get... Oh, I do.
Now, and maybe here's part of the issue I have. Lately, I've been playing Borderlands and BioShock and World of Tanks, and I got Left 4 Dead 2 for Christmas, and playing all these other things. And Stowe right now just seems so static. Is that a good word for it?
It kind of is. It kind of is.
Compared to those. And it's not, and believe me, Al and Christine and Zero and Thomas and all of our friends that work there, I know better. It's just right now I've been in such a...
You're in a different mode.
And frankly, we've been playing Stowe now for what, 6 years, 5 years?
It'll be 5 years in February.
Yeah.
So maybe that's part of it, is I just... And kind of my adrenaline went down after Caspian got their Starbase done.
Oh, that's true too. I was just thinking about a Starbase. Oh God, I even dreamt about it. And I was going to say something on this week's show show about a new fleet project. What was it going to be? God damn it.
While you're trying to remember, let me mention real quick to Nick. The patrols, yes, they're a little bit slow and whatnot, but from what I understand, every time you play them, you're getting a different variation of it. So what you played now is different the next time you try it. So, although they do have you do different sets of patrols throughout, each one is, different variations.
It wasn't that, Mike. It was I'm flying into a system. I've got to shoot these Hirogen or these whatever, and then leave. That's what it was. Okay, I'm doing.
It was just the patrol itself.
Yeah, just doing this 3 times in a row. Blah blah blah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's more what it was. And again, I thought it was really interesting to fly into a system and those potato aliens. I love those potato aliens.
Oh, the what is it? Oh my God, they make me laugh.
I loved that episode.
The Malon.
Yeah, when we got the emergency command hologram.
It's something. They're corporate. Remember, Mike? The Malon are the pollution.
Oh yeah, they're the pollution ones.
It starts with the C. It's not the
corporation.
It's not the corporation.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about, but I can't remember.
Aliens. Oh my God, they make me laugh.
No, not Pac Lads.
Jess, I love you.
They don't make us go. I know who you're talking about though. The not the Kazon, but it's something. The hierarchy. Thank you, Sunseal.
The hierarchy. Oh, that starts with the C, Terry. There you go.
It had a C in it.
There's a C in it.
Yeah, a C in it. Didn't begin with a C. I was looking like a fool there.
The hierarchy? What is that?
Hierarchy.
Yes, potato aliens. And you know what? That is one of the episodes of Voyager I really liked a lot, because when that dude realized that he was looking in at somebody daydreaming and it took a whole 180 into comedy, that shit was funny.
Yeah. It was, I would just say give it, the problem that it has is the problem that everybody's complaining about, and that is, you get a little taste of a great written episode, and you have some direction, you get the patrols, and then you've got, no lie, 75% of your level left to try to grind through to get to the next level so you can get another mission. That's been the frustration that a lot of people rightly have. And because it is boring, it's like, okay, great. Now, by the way, Mike, I started playing Bug Hunt.
Oh, right on.
And I love it. I love it. And it's very easy for me to grind. Why? Because I have Beth spec'd as ground. I always have. And then I have her spec'd as commando. So she fucking blows up bugs better than anybody else I've ever seen. I mean, it's just, boom. They're great.
Right on.
He's really great on the ground. So I have a very good time playing Bug Hunt, but it really is the only STF you've got that gives range of power cells, right?
Yeah, for the Delta, yeah.
And there's no other one. So there's very little, what am I trying to find? Diversity. There's just one mission to get. So I've been grinding ancient power cells like there's nobody's business. I get in, I go, I play once, I get the ancient power cells. I got like 9 or 10 of them. And, it's fun. I have a good time.
Mm-hmm.
I play on advanced. I don't play on elite, although I guess I could.
You probably can. You probably can with Beth. You probably can. I couldn't.
Yeah. If you are not spec'd for ground, be prepared. You're just going to die.
I have even on advanced, I have yet to be able to get any of the optionals.
We don't even try. Nobody tries. Nobody tries the optionals.
That's the part that I find annoying, is because they become requirements for the next level up. So for the elite. Right. So it's like, okay, I go after the optional. I don't even shoot the queen bug at the end.
Right.
I try to protect his ass. What's his name? So I follow him around. The thing is, it's just me, and then there's like 6 bugs trying to eat him. And it's like, I can't do this myself.
Nobody, and I have to say, the way that the players are in the advanced version, nobody tries for the optionals, because really all they're after is the power cell.
Yeah, really. Because that's the only way to get them, really.
Well,
I don't think it's possible.
It doesn't matter if you get the optionals or not.
And
so why waste your time? You
true.
Queen, mean you get your power cell, you're done.
Yeah, because you get the marks so easily. You know,
I have 1,200 marks, and I'm already I'm halfway through level 4 of rep. I don't need to do anything now. I've got marks to carry me through to level 5 rep.
Right on. Yeah, I'm level 5, tier 5 already. I've been working on. Well, I haven't since Winter Event came out, but I've been working on gear, and I try to get a little bit of everything because I have a ton of ships that I need to outfit, and I have a ton of duty officers or not duty, but yes, duty, bridge officers that need equipment. So, you know, I grind all the gear anyways. And what slows me down isn't really the marks. What slows me down is getting these power cells. And really the only way to really get them, because last time I tried the space mission for the Delta rep, is you can't beat it on advanced. So you never get a power cell. So the only way to get them
I
is
didn't even know there was a space mission for Delta. Which one is it?
It's been a while since I did it. It's the one where it's like a 3-way. You've got the Undine, you got the Borg, you got the
I have no idea.
The Voss. It's like a big battle royal. And
who doesn't want to be part of a 3-way?
It's totally doable on normal, but advanced, I can't seem to get anything out of it.
Interesting.
Because
go
ahead.
You need to bug hunt with me then.
Yeah. That sounds like fun.
I enjoy it. I really do. And the only weapon now I have to be honest with people is everybody knows I don't like space as much as I like ground. I really like ground fighting. That's what I'm appreciating. I like it.
Borg Disconnected is the name of the space mission. And okay. At level 60, you'll unlock another mission. I have not played that, but it's because it's an elite only. So I have no idea. There's no way I'm going to take on an elite. Go ahead. I'm sorry to interrupt. Go ahead.
My laughter is because I know everybody's been like, I can't survive elite. And I was like, well, Al warned you. He said they'd be really, really hard. I need to be honest with people about the gear that I do have, because everybody knows I'm not a min-maxer. I just play with whatever I have. I have Beth's ship, which is the intelligence escort. I have it geared out with elite fleet Mark 12 gear. I've never changed it since Delta Rising came out. And I do just fine in the PvE stuff that gets me through the storylines. And it gets me through the patrols. No problem. I have yet to die in any of those. And the only thing I did do, because she is spec'd for ground, is I took the Kobali, the rifle that you get on Kobali Prime, and I leveled that to purple 14.
Right on.
So that's her gear.
Well, yeah. I was going to
thing I have. That's the only thing I've ever upgraded. Was that?
Well, I think you should, because ground is so important for you. I think you should at least upgrade all of your ground gear to 14. At least 14, whether it's very rare or whatever. But at least 14. That way, you're going to be unstoppable on the ground.
Yeah, I do. I have some. Oh no, that's not true. I think I upgraded my armor to level 14 as well. So that's it. So the actual armor and the actual and then I finally started to understand the slottable kit, and I put my first kit in with the 5 different. So I got to choose. Really, all I did was I made like a level, a slottable. What do they call it? The team leader one.
Mm-hmm.
I like the team. I essentially created my own team leader one. So it's got like the Overwatch and the everything that I like, and a couple of grenades, and I'm happy. But it's people. Actually, it was Chalky who tweeted me yesterday about his frustration that it's the same frustration you have, and that is he doesn't seem to be able to survive. I'm like, dude, don't do the elites until you know that you can do them. So you're asking the wrong person. I don't grind for gear. I simply just don't grind for gear. I grind because I'm grinding level right now and I'm having fun, but the advanced works just fine for me. It's so what? I get my ancient power cells at half the rate that somebody does in elite. Big deal. I'm not dying to. I haven't used one of them yet. I haven't. I'm still. When I get to level 5 of Delta reputation, then I don't know what Delta gear I'm gonna want, and for what. I survived just fine, and I think that's just the way I'm always gonna play.
Right on. I haven't done Elite. I don't plan on doing Elite because I know it's over my head. But but the Advanced should be beatable, and a lot of the time it seems like they're not. So, but thank goodness at least one of them is. So yeah, that ground one. Thank goodness.
So we have
all right.
One thing left to talk about.
Okay.
Star Trek Convention. Update on the Star Trek Convention 2015 and 2016. There was an interesting thing that came out a couple of weeks ago that we were really trying to jump through, and we weren't quite sure what had happened. Remember, Mike, there was a thing with Creation where they didn't have the words "the official Star Trek Convention" listed. That's been fixed. So
do you know what happened there?
No, I think it was I really do believe it was merely a typo or a lack of putting it in there. But there is confirmation now that Creation Entertainment does in fact still retain the license, and they are putting on the official Star Trek Convention for 2016. So the official Star Trek Convention will occur in 2016, not next year, but the year after, and it will be 5 days long. That is confirmed. So August 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th at the Las Vegas Rio Suites Hotel and Casino. So it's in the same place. That's this
coming year?
No, the year after, the 50th anniversary. So 2015, however, we kind of all talked about last week. We updated everybody on the attendees for that, which has not changed this week. They haven't announced anybody new.
It's not surprising. Christmas week.
Yeah, and I doubt we'll see anybody added next week as well. They usually don't announce until after the year. But again, gold tickets for 2015 have sold out.
So did Pewter. The Pewter ones did as well. The zinc ones are still on sale, though.
And the Captain's Chair are now on sale, which you can purchase for $509 each.
Just a drop in the bucket, people.
$10 more than they were last year.
Please. Klingon, please.
Good
to know, Melissa. Melissa will be there.
Oh, I love meeting everybody. I love just kind of, reconnecting with everybody anyway.
31 weeks, 4 days.
I know. Countdown clock. So right now, again, William Shatner, Walter Koenig, Jim Russ, the gang from Enterprise Blues Band, or actually the Rat Pack, will be there, and they'll be finishing it off again this year. And pretty much, nobody new has been added since last week. So pay attention to our show next week or the weeks after, in the weeks coming up as they announce. We'll make sure you get the information. But I really wanted to make sure that everybody did know. There seemed to be a question because the words "the official" had been missing from Creation Entertainment's announcements for 2016 in the past, and we never really said anything about it because we weren't sure what was going on there. And this week they finally came out and it's on there. So whether or not there was a question about whether or not they retained the license, that is now moot because they did. They retained the license. Creation Entertainment will be putting on the official Star Trek conventions for the 50th anniversary. So yay. That's kind of it. Do we have any announcements, Mike?
Always have some announcements.
You think?
Let's see. I've been doing a lot of copy editing on scripts for Bone and for Starfinder. So those are progressing. Bone should actually debut in 2015. So excited about that. Starfinder, we are still in producing. I had heard back that audio's coming in for our next episode, so that's going to be interesting. Apparently there's a queue involved, but let's see, this coming Friday, so Friday, January 2nd, on Gates of Sto-vo-kor, the conclusion to the Klingon arc for Starfinder will be released, so look for Messages from the Outback Part 2 there, which is going to finish out that series. It'll be on Starfinder's site, I think the week after that. Let's see, our website has been upgraded. It's looking great. Everything seems to be working. So again, thank you everyone who contributed to our fundraisers. We couldn't have done it without you. I think that's it. I'm still working on Fires of the Phoenix, although with the holiday, things have slowed down. But yeah, I'm making progress there. So yeah, lots of stuff coming up.
I have one personal favor to ask. I do this because I know it's like Jespa, right? Look out. We want to support her. There is a friend of mine who has written a book, has nothing to do with Star Trek, by the way, but it is called Sit the Fuck Down.
Okay. Do you have a link?
I'm trying to find a way to, let me see this. I'm going to put I'm going to put the link to their Twitter page because the book has just been released in galley proof only. It's in the midst of being published, but please support my friend Lou and Linda. Lou and Linda.
They're not booing. They're saying Lou.
And it is called Sit the Fuck Down, and it's about it's a comedy of stories of flight attendants and dealing with it. So it'll be put on sale in the near future. Its pre-orders are available right now at $9.95 a copy. Please support my friend. I love these people so very much, and I want to give them a crack. But it just sounds like a really funny book, you know? So give it a whirl. Follow them on Twitter. They only have 95 followers right now. I would really like to see that number move up.
Alrighty. I just followed, and it'll be in show notes.
Nice.
How about you, Nick? Any announcements?
I do. I will be having gas this week at approximately 8:12 p.m. on Tuesday. So if anybody wants to partake of that,
he will be adding to the methane level of the planet.
In a big way. And I started blogging again.
I did see that.
Yes, I saw that. Congratulations, sir.
Very happy to see the Bitter Train conductor back online.
Yeah, the Bitter Train trolley. Yeah, the trolley was back on the tracks.
Love it.
Right on. So, do you have a link for that so we can add it to our show notes?
Oh, Christ, you're going to make me find it. Hold on.
Oh, thank you, Midnight Shadow.
Thank you, Midnight Shadow.
The new book of the new book club has been posted. So check out Cast No Shadow. It's currently on our site. But also, we have announced what our next book is going to be, or should I say, books. Because we are going to be discussing Star Trek Voyager, Homecoming, and The Farther Shore, both by Christy Goldman. They tell one big story arc, so we decided, to include both. So we're going to, take our time before we actually do the discussion, give people a chance to talk about it. But at the same time, we had announced this one also months and months ago, never got around to it. So people have had a chance.
So the books again are
Star Trek Voyager, Homecoming, and The Farther Shore, both by Christy Goldman.
Bless you.
I can't speak today.
I know. I'm just laughing because Mike was like, Christy Goldman. Yeah,
well, everybody, thanks so much for listening. We'll be back next week. I think we'll be back next week. Yay. For the new year. I can't believe another year has come to an end. What have we been doing? 4 years now? We've been doing this for 4 years?
Yeah, we're entering our 5th, I do believe.
So too. That's crazy.
This is our 5th season coming up?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
I thought it was only the 4th coming up.
No, well, you have to also remember
our first season was short.
Seasons are that's part of it. Also, seasons are not like the first season actually didn't. It was everything before our first year, essentially. So by the time we got to our second year, we were already in the middle of, or by the time we reached our first year, we were in the middle of our second season.
That's true.
So
That's true.
But yeah, we're 5th season.
5th season, 4th year.
Yes.
Right. So yeah.
I don't know what's going on anymore.
I know. But thanks.
It's entertainment, man.
Support. We're just loving. Oh, how many years have we done the convention now?
This will be our.
I've actually attended.
This will be our 4th.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
4th with a booth.
Yeah, that's true.
So our
and the
5th.
First year it'll be our 5th because we attended without a booth the first year.
That's right, because I was in my former marriage.
That's right. Oh my God! Yay! I love it when time moves on. So thank you so much. Again, everybody, we really want to say thank you for all of the support that you've given us over the past years, and financial and listener and moral and just your love. We wouldn't have such a great show without you, and we can't thank you enough. We really can't. But we appreciate all the support, and we want to once again ask everybody to don't forget, share us with your friends and your family. Get them them to like our Facebook page. Follow us on Twitter at SundayGNT. You can follow me on Twitter at TerryLynnS. Nick, where can people follow you?
At Gettysburg7. That is the number 7. You can follow me on Instagram at Gettysburg7. You can follow me on Facebook at Gettysburg. No, you can't. Gettysburg7. It's not real there.
Oh, so much stalking to do, Nick. So much stalking. Okay, I'm Ceridium STO. That's SORIEDEM STO.
Gas begins. Thanks for listening, everybody. We'll see you next year.
Gopla.
Wow.
Live long and prosper.
Jolan True, bitches and hoes.
Music for the GNT show is provided by Warp 11, Grethor, 5-Year Mission, and Andrew Allen's Smooth Federation.
GNT Show is a busy little beaver production.
Gonna take a 5-year tour. Boldly go where no man's gone before. Gonna travel to the end and make new friends. Move ahead, walk back to 10. Put a mini skirt on my old man. Represent the human race. And we make space a happy place. To boldly go where no man's gone before. I think I've sang that line once before, but I'm not too sure. We'll be so happy, can't you see? A 0G community. Gonna travel to new worlds. Beam on down and meet some green girls. Gonna see what we can see. A fancy free galaxy. To boldly go where no man's gone before. I think I sang that line once before, but I'm not too sure. We'll be so happy, can't you see? A 0G community. Come and take a